You're listening to the Last Man In podcast. Covering Winnipeg hockey and the NHL.
Scheifele dances his way in. Scheifele scores! Blake Wheeler finds the far corner. And the Winnipeg Jets win it in overtime.
Woo, woo, woo.
Last Man In podcast, episode 142. Welcome back, everyone, including myself. Made the cross-country
You
trek
welcomed yourself back.
I welcomed myself back.
That's what you learn at the Wine and Country Club.
Hey, when
Did you have some fancy cheese? It
Where's
was
the
like aged
suit?
for
Yes.
1,000 years.
Yes, I did.
Where's
But
the suit?
I didn't wear a suit. I'm not cut out for this wine life.
No, you didn't like it?
Yeah.
The only thing I know
I can
about,
take it or leave it.
the only thing I know about wine tasting is you're supposed to hold it by the stem because when you
Yeah.
palm it, it warms up the wine and dilutes the flavor.
All I'm saying is if I had been in like some rich like valley in BC at a wine tasting, I just would have walked around and taken a drink and like, it's a fucking Catalina wine mixer. Every time.
Fucking Catalina wine mix.
One of the people on the trip with us got kind of intoxicated. It wasn't me. Not going to name names, obviously.
Oh yeah, is this like Cameron Luke situation?
No, this wasn't me, but he got a little obnoxious a few times and started shouting Catalina wine mixer when they were bringing out wine to the table, and I couldn't hold it in. I just started like crying,
Giggling,
laughing. Yeah, it was great.
Did you sit on those like the shitty white wooden chairs?
No,
Okay.
I didn't.
Because the only time I've been to like something fancy.
No, it was in a restaurant, and they're just wherever you go out there, like any restaurant in Kelowna, basically has wine because they can get it from any vineyard out there. So just like they bring
they
it
got
all
like
in.
a child army
Yeah.
building
Oh,
in the
it's
back. But
ridiculous.
it's not like the back.
They carry you kegs
It's-
of wine.
like-
It's like literally kids like jumping on grapes and like yay!
Like-
and like they're so excited.
Like in my hotel, you know, I walked through it and it had like 4 different towers. It was a huge hotel. It was super nice. And like I walked by it and there's just a wine cellar, like probably twice the size of this room, and that's just for the restaurant they have in the hotel. And they have like a wine list of probably 120 wines. It's insane.
Jake.
So I even went to a wine tasting, like my first ever, and she's like, yeah, these are the wines we have for tasting. There's like 10 of them. I'm like, you guys make 10 different wines. How are there that many different wines? She's like, well, they're different grapes. Like, there's different...
10 different grapes?
all the grapes.
I'm like, there's like grapes? Or like, no,
Did it
there's
have-
red
did
grapes
they
and
use,
white
like,
grapes.
This is a dry taste.
Yes.
This is
Yes.
a hint of berry.
And then it's like, and then they do that, and then they're like, this pairs well with seafood and whatnot, and it's like, this pairs well with chicken.
And did you
poultry.
pipe up when the seafood? You're like, I'm from Manitoba. We have lakes. And they're like, okay, so you know that wine that comes in a box? Get that. Goes great with pickerel. That's the only fish that we get here.
Yeah.
Oh, and
So-
tilapia, the shitty fish at the Maritimes. Are like,
Actually,
fuck that. We don't want that shit.
Pickerel's really good.
Oh, yeah,
if
I know.
it's cooked.
I always
properly.
find like
fantastic.
go to like a fancy restaurant and they're like, oh, we recommend that you try this drink with this meal. I'm like, this drink sounds good. You look at the meal, you're like, I don't want that.
Or they're like, oh, I noticed you got this wine. Why don't you get, ooh, that would be really nice with this steak. And then you're like, that does sound good. What the fuck is that number? That's a big one. That's big.
Is that 3 digits or is that a decimal? I can't.
The lighting here is real. This is bullshit. I need an answer now.
I opened up a wine, like just one of the wine lists. I'm like, I want to see what huh? $1,200 for a bottle of wine.
What is the
100. Damn, they
$1,200?
go for
$1,200.
Dude, they go to
$1,200.
No, I know.
I was just like, Dad, why? Why is this a thing?
What is the most you guys have spent on a restaurant meal?
Maybe?
By myself?
Ever.
By myself or with someone?
Ever.
No, ever. Total bill, biggest bill with someone.
$317
For 2 people.
For 2 people.
Where'd you go?
Who did you go? It was a
the,
date.
The keg, and it was a date, and she
Holy-
never.
What
talked
did
to
you
me
order?
again.
One of everything?
No, I
The
ordered.
cake's very affordable.
It is very affordable, but we got
Spent
drunk.
$300?
Yeah, but we got drunk.
I
I probably had
anniversary
like.
than 100. Called it a
I
night.
know.
Me, it would have been
Because we had 2 appies.
in the States, so American dollar too.
Yeah.
This would have been $158, $160.
Yeah.
But it was at but this one was at an all-you-can-eat steakhouse,
That's
Carnival.
awesome. Oh.
But not the one that
Not
they.
the one here.
A Fogo de Chao. Sorry,
Oh, Fogo de
it's
Chao.
on the main drag. But yeah, no, that was also for someone's birthday. It was for Buster's birthday.
Oh.
But we just saw it and we're like, oh my god, all you can eat steakhouse. And the dude who was serving, or like the dude, like there's a salad bar and like all you can eat salad and everything.
Yeah.
And then there's like bread. But once you're in, like everything, it's a set rate for everyone. I think it was like $70 a person, or no, like $50, and then drinks and tip or whatever. I didn't tip great, I'll tell you that, because I'm cheap. But anyways, the dude who like walked us to the table, we're like, "Hey, give us a rundown. We've never been here." And we got the coolest dude ever. He's like, "You see the salad bar? Fuck the salad bar. Don't go there. Don't waste your time. Straight to the meat. Get your money's worth." And then he's like, "You see that guy with the red handle sword over there? Don't get that." We're like, "Why?" He's like, "Have you ever had chorizo sausage?" We're like,
So
"Yeah."
good.
He's like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Yeah, that's all it is. You can buy that at Sobeys. Don't buy that. Don't get that."
He didn't say Sobeys.
They're
No.
not-
Since you're in the States.
He's
They
like,
don't have
just,
Sobeys
he's
in
like,
America.
whatever. He's like, you can buy that. You can buy that at your local grocery market. Don't get that. Don't get that. He's like, you see the guy with the yellow handle? He's like, eat a lot of that. He's like, that's ribeye steak.
There
you
you
eat
go.
2 of those, you got your money's worth. And you're fucking right, I ate 2 of those. And you don't move fast after that. But nonetheless, did you enjoy your trip?
I did, and we are now about 5.5 minutes into this, and we haven't talked about sports.
People already know we
Let's talk about hockey.
review movie trailers.
Yes.
And now we tell you about wines. It's what we do.
Yes.
It's called
Talk
the
to you about
Winey
culture.
Cinemas. I don't know.
Talk to you about culture.
Yeah, we culture you up here.
Before we get into what we're going to do today, we're going to talk about round 1 recap of the NHL playoffs, talk our round 2 predictions, and then last but certainly not least, we're going to talk about our bold predictions and go back to them and see how correct or incorrect we were from the beginning of the year. But first, I want to make a quick note that this will be the final time that we record the podcast in this current studio.
And
So all of our guests, they was in this one.
Yeah.
So now next one will be also known as this one, but this one.
What?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
That
I screwed
didn't
up the
make any
line so
sense.
bad. This is the last time we're recording in this room. It all started here, guys.
Yes, it
And
all
Dan
started
promised
here.
us we're allowed to piss in one corner before we leave. Dibs on the tree.
Fuck.
Yeah. Screw you, Greg.
Paper shredder. I'm going in there.
I think the dogs already got the tree locked down. So.
No, I don't want to tar the turf floor. Okay, corner of the closet. Corner of the
I
closet.
don't want to start a turn.
Why would I say you could pee in a corner of a room?
Because
It's already yellow.
it's not. We're leaving. We're not coming back. Screw the person living in you.
Yeah, I'm never
I meant
gonna-
your mom. Never mind.
I'm never going to be back. Except to help you move.
Next week.
Yeah.
To so and so and so and so. Dan, say your social insurance number. It's 661.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the same password on all my luggage.
Did you see the UFC? The lady 2 weeks ago who won and she became the #1 contender. But either way, she's like, "Oh, I'm changing all my passwords to and new," and then people tried hacking her. Like idiots. Who would do that? Actually, hold on. Sean Spicer.
I'm pretty sure you probably tried.
Sean Spicer. No, Sean Spicer, the press secretary for Donald Trump. Has tweeted from his own Twitter account his Twitter password. Twice!
Yes.
Twice! What are you? This guy's in charge of his people! Twice? What are you? My dad hasn't even done that. Oh my god.
You know who couldn't do things twice?
Who's that?
The Chicago Blackhawks. They couldn't win twice. They couldn't win once, never mind
Did
twice.
they even score twice?
I think they only had
They finally got goals in the first 2 games. Their slogan was #1 goal. And
They didn't
Nashville
get
fans
one.
were like,
They finished with
but
one.
I guess not.
They finished with 3 goals.
They finished with 3 goals. Austin Matthews scored more than him.
We didn't get
I
to
got
hear.
better stat. Pecorine had more points than everybody on Chicago.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
We
He had
did-
3 points.
He had 2 assists,
Oh, 2 assists.
and the only players on Chicago that had 2 points were Kane and Taves. Everybody else had less.
That's fantastic.
He matched or outscored everybody on Chicago. He's
So yeah,
a goalie.
last time we're going to be in this room, so let's get right into it. Let's start. Well, might as well start with Nashville,
Yeah.
Chicago.
We
Nashville
didn't-
sweeps them 4-0.
Is that Nashville's first sweep?
first
Yes.
sweep ever in
And
history?
we didn't get to hear.
And it's the first time in league history that a 8 seed has swept a 1 seed.
No.
Really?
Kings did it to Vancouver that year.
They
won the
weren't.
Cup.
It
It wasn't a sweep. Was
It wasn't a
Yeah, it
sweep.
was.
No, it was 5 games.
Was it?
Yeah.
Either way, Kings. Well, we know what year that. Well, that was the year Kings were like, "Oh, we're 8th. We're so bad." And then they
that
wreck
was
house
that was the
everyone.
stat I read. That was the stat I
No,
read.
no, that-
so it could be incorrect. But
It's probably from Damian
Hey,
Cox or something like that.
hey, you know what? You know what we are? We're wrong with confidence. It's
Yeah,
fine.
that's exactly it. We didn't get
I
to
could
hear
be wrong,
Chelsea
too.
Dagger once, which was the best.
Yeah, we didn't.
Chelsea Dagger like
that's
not
that is?
once. They didn't score once at home.
It was interesting series. Obviously, I picked Nashville to win.
I think we all did.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Smart
the paper's
smart
right
people
there.
do.
No,
Well-
Greg, you picked Chicago, you liar.
Why the fuck would I
Bring
do
that paper over here because I
Why
realized
the
last
fuck
week
would I do
whenever
that?
I turned my
Liar.
head this way, you couldn't hear me at all. So these are the
See, like,
picks here.
why would I do that? I'm so stupid.
You picked Chicago in 6.
Because if we all pick
You
the
didn't
same,
believe.
it's boring.
I should. Yeah. No, it's because you guys.
Did you get
both
peer
went
pressured
Nashville.
in because we went first?
You guys both picked
Don't-
Nashville,
don't
and I
hate.
wanted to pick Nashville in
So
7.
pick Nashville.
I should have picked
You should have
Nashville.
went Bowling, but pick Nashville
Yeah.
in 4. Or
Oh,
do
well.
the stupid joke, Nashville in 3. Like,
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about that in a second. But
well,
yes.
we're on it.
No, we're
Go.
not. Well, no, Nashville
Oh,
won in
okay.
4 games. They pretty much dominated the whole series. Pecorine came to form like I said he would. I said if he plays elite level, which he did in this series, they have a chance to go and beat Chicago and go deep in the playoffs. And lo and behold, Corey Crawford didn't play that well. And look what happens.
You can't put the blame on
I don't
Corey Crawford.
put
How dare you.
I don't put all the blame on him, but
They woke up the beast that is Victor Arvidsson. I mean,
And-
everyone
yeah.
fears him.
and let's be
I did
honest,
not know he scored 30 goals this year.
it's
What?
Yeah.
Shut the
yeah,
hell
he
up.
scored 30 goals.
He did.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
He was
Yeah.
their leading scorer. Him and Philip Forsberg tied.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Newsflash.
that.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's
So
actually
he
like-
is good.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's
Oh, yeah.
actually good.
Okay, anyone who was, there's a few numbers that I automatically write off, and I
Okay.
should stop doing it because 38's definitely one of them. And Jake Gensel, 59? What the hell? Where did he come from?
Yeah.
Come on.
Out of nowhere. But yeah, so interesting for sure, first series there.
Yep.
One of the crazy stats is, I think it's 2018-19. 85% of Chicago's cap is tied in. No, sorry, 45% of their cap is tied into 85. 85% of their cap's tied into 45% of their players.
Okay, so,
So they
how
have
to say
15
that a little
they
easier
have
is
50
Taves, Kane, Keith, Seabrook.
So half their team
And
makes up
Crawford.
most of their salary.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. It makes up 85% of their salary, which
Yeah.
is scary when
They
you
have
think
like
about
$4 million to sign,
Oh.
4 or 5 million to sign like 10 guys.
it. It's
and they're
not
going to
very
do it.
good.
They're going to do it. They
Not
always
very
do. They're like, oh, we're trading Hossa to Phoenix. Damn it. Arizona. For what?
So has their
Nothing.
Picks.
so has their window closed? Or
I think it's closing.
is it closing?
I could see them
They
doing
might have put
something,
the screen
That's
door
2
up.
years in a row they've been knocked out in the first round.
but I could also see them making a move and being bold, getting rid of Keith or Seabrook, and trying, or even moving Crawford and going with Darling. Like leaving.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they do some sort of backdoor deal where they, because right now, like a lot of people are saying, Scott Darling could end up on the Las Vegas Golden Knights.
Okay.
But I wouldn't be surprised if they're like, well, we're going to leave Crawford unprotected, but you guys don't touch him. We'll let you grab a different player, and they'll trade Crawford because he'll get a lot of return. And a team like Arizona who could really utilize a goalie, like there's a lot of teams out there who would go after Corey Crawford. I don't think Winnipeg would. I think he's a little too high of a price. Plus, he's not the right age for what they need. But what? Philadelphia.
Yeah, you know it's going to happen. Like, come on. You know it. They're like, Corey Crawford's available. Philly's like, okay, all right, okay, well, hold on. They just start walking around the room.
And I like I said, like they're going to need to change up the core a little bit because Kane and Taves are making a little too much money, and the biggest reason why those deals were signed was because they were expecting the salary cap to be higher, and it just isn't.
Seeing as this is the Lad
Yeah.
Pops podcast,
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I'd like
Hello.
to make a guest
Do it.
appearance.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You've never been on. Not once.
Are we recording
Yeah,
right
no,
now?
right now, go ahead.
Fantastic.
Oh,
well,
boy.
seeing as I own the studio,
Yep,
Yeah.
owned it.
I
We're
would
not
just
actually going to
love-
pee in the
it's
corner, by
been-
the way.
We're
it's
being
been
evicted.
over a year that you have been inhabiting my home with these rushes. Woo! No, your team sucks. No. So I would just like to end this lovely, wonderful thing that has been happening in my home, and God help the karma of the poor person who has to sleep in this room and deal with all the ghosts and shit that you have all left behind. Bless you all, and have a wonderful podcast in your new studio.
We will. We're trying to.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I just need to say this: there's more to life than hockey. I'm running quick. Bye.
Unbelievable.
Bye.
Oh,
All right, well, thank you
yes,
guys.
the
See you
ball
next
got
week.
low. See you next week. Bye, guys.
Guest appearance by Dan's mom.
That's
Special
all.
guest.
Guest of the year. Guest of the podcast
Yeah,
so far.
that's history.
Yeah.
How do you top that? You only,
Comes in for 30 seconds, sewers all of us, and leaves.
it's only down from
There's
here.
more to life than hockey. I don't think so. I think that's incorrect.
No, she's right. There's baseball season, and football, and then hockey's back again.
We do yell a lot.
Yeah, that's evident.
Specifically you.
All of us.
a lot of me.
Dan
But-
gets mad, but he doesn't yell. Greg and I are like, "What? How dare you?" And we're like within a meter of each other right now. Like either way.
So to continue, to finish off the Hawks, I could see a lot of change happening in the next few years for them. Daniel, what do you think?
Yeah. I'm quite okay with them getting swept. Quite happy, actually.
Of course.
You guys already know
Enough
how
of the crap.
You guys, I don't want to say I was right, but hashtag Johnny's May long weekend party lives on. Hashtag Johnny bought a new boat. Hashtag Johnny gets to finally go golfing a lot.
A
It's the
lot.
first time they've been out in the first round since.
Last year.
Oh, were they out last year too?
Yep.
To who?
St. Louis.
St. Louis.
No, because Minnesota played them last year.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, Minnesota played him probably in the second.
No, Minnesota played Dallas last year. They didn't play last
So
year.
St.
Oh,
Louis.
that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
we didn't see it last year. Okay.
Yeah,
so
he
that's
probably
straight years.
Johnny T probably was like, yeah, I get to go golfing now. Then he flew back to Winnipeg and he's like, there's fucking snow on the ground.
It's still here.
Great.
Come on. Fine, I'll go to Paris and play for Team Canada. I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, of course it's
Yep.
over there. Goes there. It's snowing again. What? It's like that one commercial on TV that only Canadians probably get, where it's like for the insurance, and it's this guy with the soft top car, and the roof starts going up, and it starts snowing. He closes it, and it's beautiful, and it happens 3 times. I only know it like the back of my hand because it's the only commercial that plays here.
Yeah.
I have not seen it. I'm just going to say that.
Okay, to move on to the other
Yeah.
Central Division Series, St. Louis takes Minnesota in 5 games. Minnesota looked like they were going to roar back in Game 5. They were down 3-1 and then scored 2 straight. Then Eric Stahl took a wobbly turn into the boards there. That did not look good.
Yeah,
No, that was
he
like
came
an-
out with a concussion, but nothing else serious, which was terrifying because he was down for like 5 minutes
Rough.
and wasn't moving.
Nope.
And what did we learn from that? Jake Allen, dirty goalie, tripped him.
Yep.
You know,
Dirty-
Jake Allen
dirty
stole this series. You look at the...
I'm not buying in. I am not buying the
Of course-
Jake Allen
of course
being
I'm not.
good.
The one year I sewer them,
Yeah.
verbally,
Dan, you're in.
verbally
You're
abuse
on my
them.
team now.
I'm like, hey, yeah, screw you guys. Guess what? Yeah, they win in 5.
Well,
Great.
So, yeah.
what
So,
you get?
Great.
I'm the.
did you guys see...
I'm with Cam. I'm not buying it.
Did you guys see the shot spread in this series? So
No,
there's
I didn't.
there's these shot graphs that some of the advanced analytics people came out with. Everybody on Minnesota is above 50%. Like
Okay.
above a shot when like they're positive in the shot numbers.
Oh, it's in like say if I take 4 shots, at least 2 of them are going to hit the goalie.
No, like you're on the ice and more shots are being on the ice than when you're not on the ice. It's like everybody
more
was
of your team shots.
yeah.
I'm confused.
Not just your personal
What do you
shots.
mean? What do you mean?
So they're on for more than half the team shots.
No, they're on. Okay. So let's put it this way.
Math hurts
You're
my
on.
brain.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we're all on the ice at the same time.
Yeah.
We get 2 shots on net.
Okay.
We're now 2-0. But if they get a shot on net, now it's 2-1.
Okay.
And we're 50%.
Then you're at.
I get it.
Oh,
Numbers.
so
So,
they were in the
essentially,
positives.
they were all above 50%. 50% would be we each got 1 shot. All of St. Louis was below 50%,
And they won.
and they won.
Because they're goal
Means overall over the entire series, Minnesota shot more than 2 times more than what St.
All
Louis
I'm
did.
hearing is Devin Dubnyk back to Arizona. That's
Devin Dubnyk back to Edmonton.
Boost Boudreaux never allowed to coach in the playoffs.
No, clearly.
He's
His
like
presser was super
he's like-
depressing. Like the worst.
he's lost like 12 of his last 14 playoff games or something stupid.
It's rough. It's a rough time for him.
It
But
is.
it's not a rough time for the Anaheim Ducks.
No, life's great.
They already
swept.
they won last week. That's right.
Yeah.
Right,
No,
you
but
guys
they
already talked
swept.
about
Like
it.
they love
To the
coming to
surprise
Canada.
of nobody.
They love hate coming to Canada.
Well, I
so
would have
get
I
over
would have
it.
liked to have seen Calgary win, but
Oh, I would have liked to have seen Calgary.
We all-
I'm not surprised they got swept
No.
though.
We all potentially
At all.
wanted to see a battle of Alberta
yeah.
because we knew
Yes.
Calgary would come out with it.
But then we saw Edmonton beat San Jose, which
Yeah.
That was a good series.
it was a good series. You could tell that a few of those guys were a little hurt.
Speaking of hurt, Jumbo Joe. Yeah, what did he have again? Torn.
Torn.
MCL and ACL.
Which is what?
The ligament that supports, that stabilizes the front and the middle side of your knee.
So he didn't have a knee in one of his legs.
He didn't have a very stable knee.
But you can't really make it worse at that point, right? You could,
What's the
but
third
depends if
muscle
it's
at the
fully.
back?
It depends if they're fully torn. If they're not fully torn, then it can get worse.
So they basically froze the living hell out of
If it was fully torn, he wouldn't be playing.
How much
Probably
morphine did they
partially
give
torn.
him?
Probably a lot.
How, being a doctor, how could, like, being
How do you
a
clear
medical
him?
person, yeah, how do you clear that?
You can tape it, and
But,
I
like,
mean,
how does the NHL let that fly?
put him through the rigor, see what he can do. If he can skate, then I mean, I personally wouldn't. I mean, it depends. It depends how bad it is,
It depends what you want to do. As
and
a
it
player.
depends if you can,
And it's Joe Thornton. The guy wants a
I
cut
mean,
more than anything.
he missed the first 2 games, just
Yeah.
the first game.
2.
Yeah,
2.
so they probably were working him like a dog, seeing what he could do. They probably taped him up, and I'm sure it was excruciatingly painful.
Yeah. It probably was not easy, and you could tell. Like, he didn't look like
he
himself.
also, I'd say he probably knew he was getting surgery, so he said, "Well, if I tear it all the way,
Whatever.
you know."
Oh, yeah, because he was already committed, right?
Yeah.
So
So that's unfortunately what his
Pro
off season's
sports,
gonna be.
sometimes the injuries don't.
You think
they
he-
don't let them heal? Like
you
they
think
should.
he tried to do hot yoga right after the game just to, like,
for
rip
sure.
it extra good
Yeah,
and then go for
sure.
surgery?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally.
So Edmonton slayed the beast. What I didn't think they'd do.
Slayed
picked
the
them to win.
beast. Shut up.
I picked San Jose to win.
Oh, you
Oh,
did.
my God.
I picked Edmonton.
Oh, wait, yeah, so where are we at right now? Because we've gone through the West. So
We've gone through the West.
Dan,
Got a point for the
I
Nashville.
got all
winning.
4 teams. No, I didn't. I got
no,
I got
but like
3 of
we're
the
just
4.
saying, Dan and I both took Nashville, you took Chicago,
Why I don't know.
and then I
Dan-
took Calgary.
Yeah. Me and you took Calgary. Dan took Anaheim. Then Cam and Dan both took Edmonton. I took San Jose, but I got a point because I chose 6 games. Dan, all of us chose Minnesota, but Dan picked 5 games, so he got a point for that.
Yeah.
Even though
So
I was-
otherwise, to
I was
wrap
a
up
clean
San
sweep.
Jose, Edmonton, what I noticed though is like Edmonton's going to be in the playoffs for a while. Like
they're
not
gonna
I'm saying
be
on a
scary.
deep, maybe not a deep run this year, but I'm saying they're not. Now that they've tasted playoffs, they're coming back often.
You know what's going to be fun to watch in the second round? Zach Cassian piss off Ryan Kessler.
has
'Cause
his
that's going to happen.
he's really been a treat to watch.
Is that Cassian?
Yeah, and it's great to see somebody's career actually like come back.
Especially after how he was treated like near his end years in Buffalo, and then when he went to Vancouver and did. not
Well, but he
lots.
also got into some trouble in Montreal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then
Off
Montreal. I even forgot about that.
I want to talk about
Wait,
Montreal, but
did
I want
he
to leave
crash
that
his
to
truck?
later.
Yes.
Yes.
Right, that was him. Okay, and then Edmonton gave. Where did he go between after Montreal? The
I think he went
minors.
to Edmonton.
Yeah, that was Edmonton after Montreal.
No, but
he's
he
been
had
there
a
for-
while
he was
off,
in.
didn't
He was he was in the minors, I think.
Yeah.
There. But yeah, like Calgary's been a treat to watch. Connor McDavid is just
So
insane.
good.
Yeah.
Well,
that-
but he brought like Patrick Maroon's a talented guy, anyways. But like Patrick Maroon and then Leon Draisaitl and McDavid are the line. Patrick Maroon is what they signed Lucic to be,
yeah, and
but they got Lucic liked at a discount, rate,
Yeah.
like incredibly discount.
Patrick
rate.
Maroon's career is made because of who he's playing with. If
Well,
he,
yeah.
if he was the star
It's the same
player on
with
his
Kunitz.
line, he would be on the 4th line.
it's the same as Kunitz and Dupuis. Like I would argue that Kunitz would not have been the same player. Like he would have been decent, but like Patrick Maroon was a guy with Corey Perry and Ryan.
If you
Getzlaf.
put Sidney Crosby by himself, he'll be incredible. You put Chris Kunitz by himself, he won't be at all.
yeah,
Same with Patrick Maroon. You put him by himself.
Even look at when Kunitz played his line mate when they won the cup with the Ducks was Andy McDonald and Teemu Solani. So
Yeah.
it's like he's always played with
he
top,
benefits from
guys
quality
at the
players.
top of their game.
Exactly.
Always. Yeah,
Um,
so
No, just I like Edmonton's interesting. I'm excited to get to the next picks. Do you guys want to do Western Conference now, then recap Eastern, and then do Eastern picks after that?
we'll do East and then why don't we do oh no, yeah, we can do our picks. We're
Yeah,
right
let's
here.
do
Yeah.
our West. So let's start with St. Louis, Nashville in the Central.
Okay, well you're starting because you said we put pressure
Yeah,
on
we
you.
guys
put
did
pressure on you
well,
last
I don't
time.
want to. I don't want
it's-
to back you
Go
in the
ahead.
corner,
No, do
Greg.
it.
I think
Use you as an
all these
excuse.
series are going to be close. I only have one series not going the distance. No series has went 7 games in the first round, so that's a
Oh,
new
in the first round, including
18
East,
overtimes
record.
record.
18 and
overtimes.
all. One game went to Game 7.
Yeah. And no game went to game. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
nuts. I'm going to pick Nashville in 7.
Okay.
I think part of what's going to help them win this series is going to be great goaltending and just depth at scoring, which I don't think that St. Louis can keep up with. One of the biggest things that made St. Louis beat Nashville was the fact that St. Louis has depth at scoring. But you look at Nashville, I would take Forsberg, I would take Arvidsson, Ryan Johansson. Like they've got, and James Neal, they got depth there, and I think PK Subban can come alive in the series as well. I think that's scary. Roman Yossi's so
Okay.
good too.
So you're locked in.
Locked in Nashville.
Okay,
in
Dan,
seven.
you go ahead.
Yeah, I think Nashville's gonna win. I don't think St. Louis was nearly as. I know they won all or they won in 5, but I think if their goaltending's not stupendous, they don't. They're not nearly as good. Whereas Nashville, I think they played pretty well.
Okay.
I'm going Nashville. I'll go 6.
You got Nashville 6?
I got Nashville in 6 as well.
Are you sticking with it?
I'm sticking with Nashville.
We
got
to pick a player to get
Hold
the
on,
tiebreaker.
wait. Do we
then.
have a tiebreaker last round?
No, you didn't.
Okay.
Is there any untouchable?
On Nashville?
Nope. Because
they all-
Arvidsson,
Since I won, I'll let you pick the tiebreaker
Arvidsson,
first.
No,
Forsberg,
you have it. You have it.
Arvidsson
No,
and
you-
Forsberg pretty much finished off
And
the
they
same.
play on the same line.
Yeah. And same with Johansson. So they're all pretty much the same.
Dan, you pick first. I want to go off your pick.
I'm
going off Dan's pick. That's why.
Or we could make it a handicap and say you can only pick defensemen.
Do it. Yeah, that'll make
only-
it way more fun. That'll
Only
make it way more
defensemen.
fun.
So
And I'll let you pick
have
first.
you have to pick PK Subban.
No, I don't.
No, don't do that to him. Shut up.
Just for that, I'm going Roman.
Oh, good.
You want PK?
No, Ryan Ellis.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah.
Oh,
I'm
he's
making
so
this
good.
a fun challenge here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take Ryan Ellis because I thought you're backing him into Brian Ellis. I was like,
No.
don't do it.
No,
Don't
I was
do
trying
it.
to
That's
back
fair.
him into
That's
Roman.
Okay,
That's
so
fair.
now we got Edmonton.
And
Everyone.
Okay,
picks-
Greg, you're going first again. We don't
Yeah,
want to
why?
back you into a corner.
No,
here.
you
No,
guys-
you're
you guys
using
go.
us as an
fine.
excuse.
I will go first. I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna believe. I'm going Edmonton in 7.
Oh, buddy. Okay, Greg,
I'm
you're
believing.
next. We're not letting you go last
I'm
in any of
believing.
these picks. No way.
By the way, I think this is gonna be fun to watch.
Oh, anyway,
I
fantastic.
also have Edmonton in 7.
Oh, you guys don't believe as much as I do because I got Edmonton in 6. Whoa, whoa.
Look, we're all
Wow. Now, obviously.
We're all picking the same team.
Connor-
This is
Connor
bad.
McDavid's off the table.
Hold on, though. Dan, because we had a
Oh,
tiebreaker,
wait, no,
he
that's
already
wrong.
owned Draisaitl, so he has the option to carry forward Draisaitl.
I do.
Going off last year.
Yeah,
It's only
you
fair.
can carry forward Draisaitl if you'd like.
Are we gonna go
To
deep?
Edmonton. I did not pick Edmonton in 8, Dan.
6.
That's a 6.
That's,
It's a very lopsided 6.
Okay. What's
Well-
your tie?
do you want to carry over Draisaitl?
Are we going D or are we going
No.
McDavid's untouchable, right?
McDavid's untouchable.
Or we could do D.
You know what? I like the D.
I like
the
the
D
D.
because it sucks so bad.
Yeah.
because
It could be
I will
so-
go for the clef boom.
Damn it!
Damn
Dude! And then no,
Fine.
you were gonna pick Clefbaum.
I was.
Remember last year I was shit on him so
Yeah, I
bad, and
know.
now he's doing.
I dare you
It's
to
a
pick.
curse.
I dare him to pick Chris Russell. I dare
No!
No.
dare ya.
Darnell
Block shots don't count. I'm going to go with Darnell Nurse.
Yo, baby! Oh, baby!
Could be fun.
I'm gonna be cheering so hard for the D.
Yeah.
He's like, go! Give it to the D. He's open.
Hopefully you have a spare IV handy because your nurse is going to let you down.
Boom! Oh, that's a line. That's
Okay.
a good one.
So let's.
Well, this is no fun. We all pick the same teams.
I know.
Dude, you guys really know what this means. We're all losing. Both of our teams are getting swept.
We're splitting the fast food 3 ways.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening.
It's going to be a good Georges and fries.
Yeah.
We might have to get a new place near your new
Oh,
place.
we cleared off.
There's a
We
Five
cleared our
Guys.
bet. Where if you can hear the slurping, we do have our Slurpees, and I got Dan the biggest bag of chips I could find of the flavor he wanted.
Okay.
There you go.
So let's start with where we finished the East. I want to go Metro, then go Metro to the East.
Yeah.
Because I want to touch on Montreal last.
Yep.
So Toronto, Washington. Toronto takes the series to 6, but ultimately loses in the 6th overtime period of the series, the 5th game that went to overtime.
Yeah.
And
What do I
Washington
think of the
moves on.
series?
Just let's talk about it for a second.
What
Okay.
series are we talking
This
about? Sorry,
was-
I
Washington,
don't-
Toronto.
Washington.
The one that has no coverage in Canada.
Yes.
The one no
Not
one's
at all.
talked about.
Not at all.
I don't think they had enough coverage. I wanted
yeah.
to have a little more.
A little more.
Like, you
I
know
will
what,
say
guys?
this.
Go.
The games were fun to watch. It was close. Like, okay, let me put it this way. I think Toronto played a hell of a lot better than I thought they were going to, and I thought Washington played a lot worse than I thought they were going to. I think if Washington had played their game, it wouldn't have been as close. I don't think they played very well. I think Toronto played extremely well. I'm not discounting Toronto. I'm saying I thought they played very well. I think Washington let them hang around by not playing up to their level.
What Toronto?
Personally.
No, how I feel exactly that way.
That's
Like,
my
Toronto,
opinion.
It took Toronto winning the one game to light that fire under Washington's ass to be like.
Well, it took them
oh,
being down in the series.
No.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, and then
Because I think Toronto played them for the first 3 games. Even, honestly, Game 6, I was surprised Washington won. I didn't think,
Frederick Anderson played really well
Yes.
in that game.
Yes.
And
But
Braden Holtby going into this, I think his save percentage in the playoffs was like a .952 going into the series. And he played, I think, to like a .920 through the first 3 games. And I think he finished off the series with like a .970 or something stupid like that. That's how you win championships, is you need somebody in a very important role to just take that next step. And Braden Holtby did that. He took the team on his back, even though the team wasn't playing great, and that's why they're in. My heart picked Toronto, but my head knew Washington was going to win the series. Obviously, when Toronto won Game 2, everything in my mind started racing. But in all reality, I'm not upset about it.
Up in the series too.
I'm not upset about it. I'm not.
Okay, from this series, I basically, Dan described it perfectly, where, Washington, if they played their game, I maybe would have given Toronto one win.
That's what everyone was thinking.
But anyway, it took Toronto to wake them up. But I agree with Greg in terms of, I don't think in recent years, I know I'm pretty easy to persuade to cheer for a team, but, this series, I picked Washington, and I was just gonna I wore the Leafs jersey, my Castle one that I have, watching the games and all that. But I've never fallen so hard for a team so quick. The moment when Toronto scored the first goal in the first game, who was it? Marner? No. Who was? No, yeah, it was in Game 1. The first.
Oh
game.
yeah, it was Marner.
No,
yeah.
When I saw that, I was like.
Yeah.
Oh look, I'm in! It was I was literally Steve Dangle, are you in? I was tattoo my back. I'm in. I was so sold, and then just was shit talking everybody. I was oh yeah, you don't see Patrick Laine doing that. They're piss off. He's not even in the playoffs. He's hurt. He's played over 100 games in the last year. I'm who's a bitch? Just the worst. Just not about even Patrick Laine, just every person that hated Toronto. I took Toronto's flag, and I'm just it's mine. I'll lead.
I'll say
back
this,
away.
and I talked with a friend of the show, Matt, who was on last week. We were talking about this today. Toronto's fun to watch, the team.
Yes.
If you could mute and ignore and get rid of every bit of media coverage about them and just watch them play hockey, fantastic.
That's Carolina.
Yeah.
That's Carolina.
That's what they're going to be.
If you could have that little media coverage and just watch them play, great, fantastic. But then the media makes you hate them. No,
I go crazy.
The thing is they have a very interesting offseason ahead of them. Toronto does that. They could make some bad moves and not be back in the playoffs, or they could be make the right moves. And I don't think it's a far stretch to say they could be a conference final next year if they get the right moves. They need some veterans on D. They need to get a backup goalie, and they need to just add a little bit more depth on forward. There were times in this series that Marner looked invisible. He came alive more in Game 6, I felt. I was a little surprised that Babcock didn't try to change the lines at all over 6 games. That surprised me because normally if your team's not generating... They were generating chances, but they weren't grade A chances. Their power play wasn't working, so I'd like to see them just adapt a little bit more throughout the game. And that's going to take time, and when you go into a playoff series and you have, I think it was 7 rookies with 0 playoff experience, and you come out of a series with your rookies having over 30 games combined of playoff experience, that's huge for a team.
I was holy shit. I don't think I watched the same series you watched, man. 30 games is a lot.
I think it's going to depend a lot about if Anderson can play this well again. Because this is his first year really...
But he was also coming in off of getting hit
Off
in
an
the head.
injury.
But I'm saying he played well all year for them. Can he carry it forward?
Yeah, definitely.
This was really his first year carrying a team.
And Greg mentioned that too, but if they bring in a backup, that'll obviously ease, take away some games regular season too. Because what do you want to do? What's
I think
50 to 60 starting goalie?
I think ideally you want your starting goalie to play between 50 and 60, and you want your backup to pick up that latter 22 to 32 games.
Yeah.
If I was a head coach in the NHL, which I'm not, I would like my starting goalie to play 50 to 55 games. Then you let your backup goalie play approximately 25, and then you bring up a goalie from the system as need be to play a few games just to get him used to NHL experience.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. Obviously, roster moves depend on being able to do that. But when I manage my be a GM team in NHL, that's normally what I do, and it helps everyone out. But
I have a quick point to make on the Jets. Certain Leaf that's going to be a free agent this year. Brian Boyle, that is a guy that I think would do very well. That is something the Jets need. A guy like him.
Except he wants to stay in Toronto.
I get that, but a guy like him, bottom 6, veteran, big guy, centerman.
The last thing I'll say...
Hold on, I'm going to act as... No, you do your last thing and then...
Mike Babcock basically sold the Toronto Maple Leafs in his final press conference. He's like, I don't think people get it until they come here, how much fun it is to play here, how much fun the media is, and how much of an enjoyment it is to be in that room.
Everyone kisses your butt.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you like it?
Or rips you to shreds. But
did you see the two girls when they were showing Maple Leaf Square when the Caps
with the
scored?
Washington, yeah, awesome.
That was hilarious.
I'm very happy they were girls, because if they were guys,
they would have
getting
been
some punches.
You would have
on
seen
the
a
way.
murder on TV.
They would have 10 guys would have been just huddled around a circle. Like
There
the
was one guy-
the silent fight with the kicks.
There was-
what's that one movie? The good guys. Come on,
The other
Nice
guys?
guys?
other guys.
Other guys.
Where they get in a fight
I
at
don't
the
remember that.
funeral.
Oh, what are you doing?
I've only seen other
They
guys
would just
twice.
huddle around a circle and kick them.
But-
you wouldn't even see.
What were you going to say?
Okay, Dan, you mentioned, you mentioned they need a D.
They need some D.
Maybe veteran D, maybe D. Now, Dan wants a forward, right? Okay.
If you say Brian Blow for Jacob Trouba, I will throw you through the wall.
Stick with me.
Not Tobias Lundstrom.
No.
Okay.
This will benefit both.
Not
of you.
Paul Postma.
Okay, so as Toronto's representative, I'm going to come to you. You're one of Jets.
Yep.
Okay, Sammy Kapanen. Nope. can't
Nope,
do
that's
that.
Kasperi.
Yeah, Sammy's coming too.
Yep.
Don't worry.
Sammy.
He's a no.
Sammy
dime a
and-
dozen player Kasperi Kapanen is.
Kasperi Kapanen.
Dime a dozen.
Dime a dozen. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure is.
Yep.
Getting traded to Winnipeg for. I don't want to do this. This is a lot to ask for. Shakes, Josh Morrissey. So
That will not happen ever.
Shakes,
That
and then
is-
Shakes could. Who's number 7?
They don't need a left-handed D.
that
They
is
don't
not-
need a
Who
left-handed
was
D.
number 7 in Toronto?
I'm going to go on the
retired?
limb here
I
and
just
say that
forget.
that's a worse deal for the Jets. I would take Josh Morrissey over Kapanen. I'm sorry, but I would.
No, and I'm with Dan on that.
The Jets can
But-
find a
and
captain.
it's-
Finding a
and it's-
Morrissey is a lot tougher.
Exactly. Kapanen is a very talented player. I think he'll be something in the NHL. I think he's gonna with his performance. I think you can trade him and get something for
To
him.
Carolina for Noah Hannafin.
No. Justin, the power
No.
play specialist.
No,
Falk.
they need. They need
That's
Jacob.
the only guy in Carolina.
They
He does,
need
he does every
Jacob
commercial.
Slavin.
He's like, hey, I'm not Falking around. I'm Justin Falk. Come by this Subway. What's up?
They
Falk
need
you.
No, no. They need Jacob Slavin. But
Don't you do that to me.
their depth at right.
Wait, Greg,
Right
would
at-
that be an
sorry.
Insta jersey for you?
No.
74? Slavin?
Might.
Dude,
might
that's pretty
actually
close
be.
to-
But
that's-
he won't be able to wear 74.
Oh, yeah, right, because it's Lou Lamoriello hates fun.
So
Wait, did you hear? I only heard this on a podcast today that only halfway through this season were they allowed to play their own music.
yeah.
What was the pregame warm-up before that? Was it like...
I don't know.
Hey,
And then you have the
today?
Jets where they let a player pick the pregame playlist every game.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I want to know what Wheeler's was. No, I want to know who's the guy who listened. Oh, that was Birmingham.
I bet you
listen
Tob-
to house music.
I bet you
That
Toby's was
sucked.
a bunch of European death
Yeah,
metal.
no,
Like
yeah.
Swedish metal.
Yeah. Just
But no, I Leafs need right D depth. I don't see Roman Polak returning. Zaitsev, they look like they're going to sign him.
Greg. That's nice.
I-
His career
no.
just ended. You goddamn monster.
It didn't end.
His,
He's
Look
leg-
what happened.
his foot's on backwards.
He's going
foot-
to come back.
His foot unhinged and came back again.
He's going to come back.
I didn't
But
know.
I
why
don't
we-
see him coming back with the Leafs next year.
When I was watching the clip the first time, I'm like, "Oh, that was a big hit." Why is Polak screaming? And then they show the clip, and I'm like, "What am I looking for?" And I didn't see it. Everyone I was with was like, "Oh!" But I didn't see the leg.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then the super slow mos when they're like, "Watch the right leg." They're like, "Watch one of his legs," and I'm like, "Whoa, oh!" It was gross.
We should move on because we
Go.
have been
Yeah.
talking about this too long.
Yeah.
Hey,
We're
Pittsburgh,
Canadian media. We're allowed to.
Pittsburgh,
okay?
Columbus. I wouldn't consider us.
Oh yeah, that happened.
Columbus.
No,
just,
we're Canada.
Columbus
We're on
lost
the
in-
internet. That's all.
Columbus
not media.
lost in 5.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say about the series. Nothing stood out to
I
me.
thought
other
it would
than
be a lot-
The only thing that
other
stood out
than
was
Marc-Andre
Calvert.
Fleury.
Pittsburgh looked scary good, and I thought it'd be go a lot longer.
And Pittsburgh might potentially get back Carl Hagelin. That's a big
Marc-Andre
deal.
Fleury played great.
Guys,
Yeah, yeah.
Ron
And I
Hainsey
think-
scored a playoff goal.
I think Matt
Yeah.
Murray is done for
Season?
not for the season, but at least till for a little bit. But there's no
Enjoy
point bringing
Las
him in.
Vegas.
They're not.
Murray.
No.
Murray.
Matt-
Stick with me. Just say it again.
Matt Murray.
There you go. Good.
Matt Murray.
All
yeah.
right.
So really, nothing to say
Yep.
about Pittsburgh.
Next year's.
Ottawa, Boston. Nothing to say. Ottawa,
Ottawa
won next.
Ottawa, Boston. Yeah, Ottawa won.
Honestly,
That was
I should
boring.
have been more jacked up about this, but yeah, it was boring.
It wasn't a great.
You know what
series.
though? I gotta take.
There was
back,
no real
I
hate.
gotta take back my word. Ottawa, they're not that boring to watch. They're pretty boring. Carlson's actually a real good defenseman, guys.
I think it was.
I don't mean what I
Carlson's
said
scary
last
good.
week. I was like, he's trash.
He played through
And I'm
two
like,
heel.
no, he's amazing.
He played through two fractures in his heel.
And he's still playing. What do you mean two? Both of them are fractured?
No,
or
he had
like
2 hairline fractures in his heel.
in
He's
one.
still playing.
In
Same
one
heel.
heel.
He's
Do they know which
so
one
good.
it
I was
is?
watching Game
Just keep
6.
shooting at his feet.
I think it was Game 6. I was watching it, and the Boston had a power play, and like Stafford was on it, and they passed him the puck, and he rips this knuckle shot top corner. I'm like,
Where was that?
why couldn't you do that like the last 2 years?
Because Danny doesn't have players like Charlie McAvoy passing him the
Do you know
puck.
why? You know what though? They still lost, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Boston's out.
That's the worst coverage of Boston Ottawa. It was a great series, but honestly,
No, it
like,
wasn't.
a great
hold on,
series.
it was a great series
It
in
was
terms
close.
of like it was close, but
Dion
like
Phaneuf scored an overtime winner.
so he's a player too.
Dion Phaneuf did something for the first time since he got traded to Toronto.
He did
fine with
And
things.
you know what the thing he did in Toronto was? He got traded to Toronto. That's it.
Got named captain.
Well, because then, okay, real quick.
Oh.
Austin
Oh.
Matthews is for sure the next captain, right? Like, there's no debating that.
Dreger tweeted that he was the captain already.
Well, the way Babcock talked about him in the presser was like,
There's people that I've been reading things. There's some people. I don't. This could just be people talking, but there's been people saying that he is the captain. They just haven't given the letter. Like in the
Greg, you would know more than us. You've watched more games than any of us.
in the locker room, like he's the captain, but they just haven't gone ahead and made
Well, you
him
can't
the captain.
give a guy a letter.
But he
halfway.
basically is the
Wait.
But
Everyone likes him. That's the problem.
Wait.
It's the same with McDavid. They all look to him.
I know why they're not naming him captain until next year. Adidas.
Well, yeah, they're not going to put...
Get
yeah.
that extra C on there.
Yeah.
Extra money. Oh, that makes sense.
But, yeah, they're going to wait, obviously. It's very obvious that when you have a guy like Brian Boyle that comes in the room is just like... It's just fascinating to be a part of a room with a guy like that. Means he probably has some sort of power in that room.
Considering he came Brian Boyle
For
from
leadership.
came from
Steven
Tampa, Stamkos. Even
Well,
before
that's-
that, in New York Rangers. I mean, Chris Kreider, obviously.
that's because
but-
Lou Lamoriello at the beginning of the year, he led Austin Matthews in by the hand. He's like, guys, this is Austin. Let's do what he says, and then he walked out.
No one's
But-
allowed to wear a higher number than him if you're already on the team. Austin, what number do you want? 34. You don't want another number? I'm just
Like,
no,
we-
I really
do-
like
we
34.
have
do you not want 12?
We have more than 33 players.
It's fine. I want 34. Hey, we'll wear 34, and you're going to listen to him.
So,
He's Austin
Nylander,
Matthews.
you now have to wear 29. You can't wear 39 anymore.
Or
so all those
92.
people are all those
Come
people
on.
that bought 39 jerseys last year now have to get 29.
Hey, Mana, 84, that was a joke. That was a joke. It went too long. You're not wearing 84. And you're
16.
definitely not getting 93 because the goddamn captain did it, okay? You're getting 16. Wasn't that Darcy Tucker? Shouldn't you ask him? Get out of here, Darcy. I'm not asking him anymore. Apparently, Leland Rose from Boston.
But I think the trend in the NHL now is going young with your captains, and
No.
it makes sense. And that's why I think that when people were debating the Wheeler Scheifele thing, going Scheifele would have made more sense now when you look at it, because they might not have Wheeler after his next contract. That it would have
Good
almost
cheers.
made more sense to go Scheifele, let him lead the group of young guys, because that's what Matthews is doing. He's the face of the young guys. You're still going to get Bozak, you're still going to get Riley, who are going to be kind of the other voices in the room, but yeah, by all means, like, I would not be surprised. They're probably going to run 3 assistants next year, so they have a road assistant and a home assistant that'll alternate, which are probably going to be Bozak and Komarov will alternate. The way I see it,
Really?
Komarov's got an A right now.
No. I'm not against that. I just don't like the rotating thing. It's
Yeah,
just like the...
it is what it is. But it's just, you give it for whatever recognition.
Yeah, for sure.
Can I just say one thing quickly?
Go.
Why the fuck does Komarov wear his visor like that? If you're going to wear a visor, don't have it off your head. That's how
Because he
you
got
get
u-
injured.
Because he just probably got used to it. Like, in the KHL, I'm pretty sure it's mandatory visors.
Well, now it's also getting grandfathered in the league.
Do you know what I
If you
noticed about
came in after a
Komarov in
certain
this
point.
series?
What?
that?
He's not a nice person.
No, he's a douche.
Yeah. Big
Let's
time.
get on to the last series, which ended on Saturday night with the New York Rangers beating the Montreal Canadiens. And who is the only person to call that, guys? Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, he did. He nailed it.
Woo! New York Rangers
Did you
at
really?
6.
Oh, I got
I had
two.
6 games.
I don't think I got one series perfect.
I said to Cam.
It's the reason I finished dead last.
I picked this pick and I texted Cam, like I was watching game 2 when Montreal came back and won overtime, and I texted him, I'm like, why did I pick Montreal to win? It makes me mad when they win. I shouldn't have picked them to win.
Yeah.
I immediately regretted my pick.
But it makes me like both teams. This series, I said at the start, I had to pick a winner. I didn't want to pick a winner, but because they're playing each other, I had to pick a winner.
Yeah.
So because of that.
Well, and I personally think that the Rangers are the better team. I think that you look at Montreal's depth, they don't have much there. And it's hilarious. I don't know if you guys heard. So after they got eliminated, TSN, I think it's 960 in Montreal, had open phone lines. And the Montreal faithful were yelling trade Price.
Really?
Trade the one thing that got your team to the playoffs. Yeah.
Trade the
Trade
one
Price.
thing about your team.
You know what's hilarious? No one is calling fire Bergevin. No one's even considering that, which is hilarious because you traded, sure, Weber was great, but who's deeper in the playoffs now?
Okay, hold
But I'm not saying that's
I'd
solely
say
on
Weber's
Nashville
I'd say
already had a
Weber's one of
pretty
those bright
established
spots.
team.
I know, but all I'm saying is did that really make your team better?
Oh, the trade?
The trade.
No, God, no. No. It
And how-
took
how-
a step back almost.
Well, now if you look at it, yes, during the regular season you could compare their points, but really overall the trade's going to work out more and more in Nashville's favor now. They have 2 years, and they're not winning next year with the team they have. Pacioretty looked good, but he didn't get any points. I
He's
think he had
very
one assist.
streaky as a regular season scorer, too.
Yeah, and they put too much stock on him, and they think that I think the fans give him a hard time. I like Pacioretty. I think he's a good player. They don't have anything down the middle. They have nothing.
Well, and their one guy that they have nothing, like Galchenyuk,
No one wants to give him
Who's the
time.
coach that they just fired?
Terrian.
When they fired Terrian, he was already sewering Galchenyuk, not putting him with any players, having him on the wing, and then Julian puts him back to center, and then he's like, no, I don't like our place, I'm going to put him on the fourth line. What are you doing?
So now it's time to move. I think, realistically, Galchenyuk's gone. I don't see how he can be on the team next year. I don't see him signing there.
That's ridiculous. So he's
He already had issues with his contract getting this contract. So why? And it's only gotten worse since he wanted that contract.
So maybe
he's still an RFA.
He's an RFA.
So maybe he's a Vegas pick. Maybe he.
Yeah. Oh, you mean swindle a first or something like
they'll
that?
They'll get maybe Vegas. Maybe he goes to Florida and helps them out, and maybe something like Huberdeau can go back the other way. They need help down the middle.
Think about decently predominant French players in the league and go from there.
Jonathan Huberdeau.
Huberdeau's for sure one of them.
But that's the stupid thing about
Alexander
Montreal.
Burrows for sure.
But I actually have liked him on Ottawa.
He's in Ottawa, though. He signed a 2-year contract.
Yeah, he is.
I know, but they could trade. I'm just thinking of French guys.
But the thing is, I don't think they just need French guys. I think that model doesn't work as much anymore.
Hold on. There's actually a
Did it
pretty
ever work?
decent third line center.
Frederick Gauthier?
No.
Because he's a fourth line.
Man, he was given. His last team gave up on him or just traded him. To bolster their team. David Desharnais. They should go after that guy.
Yeah, him.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah,
Right?
no, he's still playing in the playoffs as well.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
Funny how most of the trades they did, those players are still playing.
Funny how he scored a goal in the playoffs and the captain of Montreal didn't.
Funny how
Really?
most of Montreal.
Wait. Pacioretty didn't score a goal.
No, he had a point. He had 1 point.
He cross-checked VC in the face. That's all
Hey,
he did.
did you guys notice the coaches that Mike Yeo beat Minnesota?
Yeah.
Vigneault beat. Oh wait, there's no connection there.
He's
There's
just
three
French.
connections. There's three coaches.
Todd McClellan beat San Jose.
And then there's
McClellan.
one more. There's one more connection.
No, it was Vigneault beat Montreal, but he's French.
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
only
that's
connection.
it. That's it. Okay.
Unless he coached there in the
No.
minor leagues.
No,
He coached
I
No,
don't know.
I don't think so. But Montreal needs to do something, and when you think about what their team's going to be locked into after next season, because they got to sign Price, they still have Weber on a very rough contract after next year, and then they've got to figure out what they're doing with Pacioretty. They don't have much there, and if they're going to go out and they're going to sign Radulov to $6 or $7 million for 5 years or 4 years, that could really handicap them if they want to do anything. I think this team is now. I think it's time for them to really rebuild. The other thing I read today, they have had one graduated AHLer in the last, I think it's 4 or 5 seasons. One guy who played for their farm team
Who's this?
who is now
No, wait. What team is this?
Montreal.
Michael McCarron?
No. Nathan Beaulieu.
Oh,
One player.
right, because Michael McCarron's back down with St. John's for playoffs. Wow.
They do not have a player who has graduated through it. So, normally what a graduated player means is he's played his 3 years in the AHL and I think climb up there. I think that's what it means. So he plays his first contract in the AHL and then he goes to the NHL. I think that's what it is. Nathan Beaulieu, if I'm any team in the NHL, I'm calling Montreal about him. Because I want him on my team. Because he's a talented player.
What side does he shoot?
Left.
Would they trade him to Toronto?
No, Toronto doesn't need left-handed. They
need
got
righties.
they got Gardner and Riley, and realistically,
They could.
They also only really need bottom pairing defensemen, which I don't think Bilyeu is. Bilyeu's more of a 3 to 5 kind of guy, so he'd play that fifth slot. But
They could
I
trade
don't
him
think
to
they
his
do.
hometown team.
who's that?
Is he not from Winnipeg?
No,
Oh,
he's
Nathan
French.
Beaulieu.
never
No,
mind.
he's French.
No.
He played in the
Oh, yeah,
queue.
that's right.
He played in the queue.
You're right.
But I
Why
said
do I think
it
he's
at
from
the,
Winnipeg?
I said at the beginning of the year
Huh?
that he should be that he should play for Winnipeg. That Winnipeg should go after him because I'm sure that trade would favor Winnipeg over
Better
them.
than Paul.
So let's get into our
fucking
picks for
Postma.
this series.
What, Ottawa, New York?
It'll be interesting to see what Montreal does in the offseason, but we'll talk about that in the new studio.
Ottawa, New York?
Let's start Ottawa, New York. Cam, you start.
Go.
Hold on. Ottawa, New York.
Do it. Pick.
Ottawa in 7.
Oh! Mister, they're not going to make the playoffs. Laugh at me.
Mister.
Now you got them going to the conference final.
I don't like the Rangers. You know these rules in my head.
Pick
I
with your
can't.
heart, your head, not your heart.
Nope. I'm sticking
Okay,
with my
you're
heart. It
done.
makes things fun.
Done. Greg, you're up.
New York in 6.
You guys are stupid. You guys don't know what's about to hit you. Have you ever heard
Did
of Eric
I
Carlson?
not pick New York to go to the conference final?
don't
2
know.
podcasts ago, I think I did.
I'm having a hard.
Oh, so you're the devil. I get it.
I'm having a hard time with this one.
The King needs a crown. And I also want this to be the first team to win a division they're not a part of.
I didn't pick the Rangers to do much, but I picked them to beat Montreal. I picked Montreal to beat them, so I gave them no hope.
And you didn't. And you
And
picked Ottawa to win in 6.
I picked Ottawa to win the first round, but they didn't look like. Yeah, they beat Boston, but
This is going to
I
be
don't know if
another
that's
boring
really tough.
series, I think, too.
honestly, I think it's going to come down to goaltending.
Not
And
going
that
out of my
even
way
could
to
go
watch
either
this
way. I'm torn. I don't even know. I'm going to flip
Craig
a coin.
Anderson is playing on the
Should I
side
just- I'm
of...
just going to flip a coin right now. Heads it's Ottawa, tails it's New York. I don't know.
Okay.
I can't pick.
Okay, wait. You have to pick the number first and then do the flip to make
Games?
it fun. Yeah.
I'm making 6 games no matter who
6.
I pick.
Okay, done.
Heads is Ottawa, tails is New York.
Okay, I won't touch it.
I
There it
dropped
is.
the coin.
That's your flip.
Heads. No. It's heads. Is that Ottawa? Ottawa on 6.
Okay.
That's my pick.
All right.
Okay, no tiebreaker.
I'm tough. I
Pittsburgh,
couldn't do it.
Washington for the second straight year, third time we get to see it. This is what the NHL wants, guys. They want this matchup every year.
Yeah, we don't want this in a. This isn't a conference final. What the piss, man?
Yeah,
Come
it's gonna
on.
it's
Need
gonna
to
be the
change
same as
playoff
last year.
format.
Do
It's
they?
gonna,
Yeah, we talked. Yeah,
it's gonna
definitely.
be the same as last year. It'll be a fantastic series with whichever team comes out of it's gonna go to the Stanley Cup final.
I just want to say I don't know how many times they played, but dating back to the first time they ever played in the
2009.
playoffs, no, like not
Oh.
Ovi Crosby, like Pittsburgh, Washington.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh's
Pittsburgh
won
won
every single one of them.
I'm not surprised.
Okay, Greg, what do you got?
Washington in 7.
The Beast. You're slaying
They're
it.
slaying it.
Slaying the dragon.
Slaying the dragon.
Get that princess.
And then
All right.
they'll go on to
Dan,
the
what do
Stanley
you
Cup
got?
final.
See, this is again. I'm torn because if you look at how Pittsburgh and Washington played in the first round, I don't think Washington will do very well in this series. But I also think it's do or die. They have to beat Pittsburgh. They have no choice.
Okay.
I got Washington in. I'll go 6.
Oh. Oh no. Okay.
I'll go 6. They win it at home.
You guys, I've supported Alexander Ovechkin year in and year out for his career. And I've been disappointed every time. And this is the one time he could do it. But he has a guy named Tom Wilson on his team. And Evgeny Kuznetsov. And Justin Williams. And I'm just tired of those players. Pittsburgh in 6. Heel turn of the cinch.
Heel.
Pittsburgh.
You know what?
I did it.
Fuck you.
I
Can I
did
go-
it.
okay.
Yep.
I don't like my coin flip pick.
You can change it. I'll allow that
Okay.
for sure. For
Okay.
sure.
So here's my
What are
thing.
you changing?
I'm going Rangers.
in
The more-
6? We have a tiebreaker. We have a tiebreaker.
6? Yeah, I'll go
Okay.
6.
Well, Greg gets first pick because you went back on your pick.
Defenseman.
Yeah, you,
Okay,
you
go.
go first.
No, dude. Rangers D. Oh god.
I have to look. I have to look at which do you.
Wait,
Come
hold on.
on.
No, we can name it. We don't need to look.
No, I want to look because I'm gonna go off the board.
I can change my
I know
games.
exactly who you're picking. I'm gonna whisper to Dan who he's gonna take. But wait.
Who I'm gonna take.
Okay, are you sticking to New York 6?
Yes.
Okay. Well, no. Like now's the time to change it if you're gonna do it.
I don't know. I have too many tiebreakers.
See, I literally just like
Now the psychological game. I
Okay.
see what you guys mean.
Yeah. Like I see how I'll fill everyone in while you guys are deciding, or while Greg's.
I have my
researching.
pick.
Okay, hold on.
Pick.
I have my pick.
Do it.
My
Pick.
picks. I literally, as the Toronto game was happening and it ended in the series ended, I looked down and I started writing the teams and I just went boom number, boom number, boom number. The only one I had a hesitation on was Pittsburgh, Washington. But then I'm like, do I want to see Kuznetsov, Wilson, and Williams win a cup. Williams for the 4th time. No, I do
What's
not.
wrong with Kuznetsov?
I'm tired of his showboating when he pulls in penalties and stuff. Throw me up a wall. Heel turn. I'm done. I'm in with Pittsburgh.
But you're okay with cross-checking a guy and breaking your stick over him?
Yeah, I'm totally okay with that.
Kevin Klein.
Klein?
Oh my god.
Klein.
Okay, hold on. He went Kevin Klein. I just
can't
want to
believe
say,
you just did that,
Wait. The defenseman with the most points on the Rangers the previous round, former Minnesota Golden Gophman Brady Shea.
That's what I was going to pick.
76.
Yeah, that's what I was going to pick.
Okay,
Yeah.
dude, he's
But how do you spell it? It's like S-K...
Jey. Jei.
J-E.
Yeah, Brady Shea.
Okay, so we have everything in stone.
Yeah, figure
as
that.
it's been
That's the
written.
Churchman deal.
Yeah.
That's a Churchman deal.
Sure.
I only know because I watched him in junior.
So I want to get to the bold predictions.
Okay.
But first, couple quick notes.
Yep.
Looks like the Vancouver Canucks have a
New coach.
I was wrong. It wasn't
Travis
Basma.
Green.
Travis Green. And
Coach
a quick
of
note.
Utica Comets.
Did he used to play for the Manitoba Moose?
He used
Yeah.
to play.
Yeah.
So
He used to be he used to be part of the Moose.
Oh, cool.
Remember Travis Green?
Then the other point was that apparently it's come out that the league pressured the Sabres owner to change the management and get somebody new in.
Define league.
The
The
NHL.
why?
Gary
No,
Bettman
oh, really?
said.
So Bettman doesn't like Murray and Bosma.
So I don't think that's it. I think he just has a different picture for how Buffalo should be.
He doesn't think he thinks they're
He
underachieving?
didn't go to.
Well, you're in the state of New York,
I think
so like they
Pagula's
should
the
be
owner,
good.
right?
Yeah, Terry
I
Pagula.
think he went to him and was like, "Okay, like enough's enough. You guys haven't been good for a while. Like,
Oh, one of those. Okay,
like
yeah.
off
Can you
of the
fix
head."
it?
kind
Can
of
you
thing.
do that to the Jets? Guys, cut the shit. All of Bettman's back in there like, good. I hope they never
Yeah.
make the playoffs ever.
Let's.
He's like, 3 more years, Winnipeg, 3 more, and then I take everyone.
You guys better buy those tickets.
And then guys,
Setting his naked cat by fire.
guys, we got my dream. Team in China. That's what the Jets are going to be. Move to China.
Well, yeah, and they won't even change the name. It'll be the
Yeah,
China Jets.
Because you got to take a jet to get
Yeah,
there.
yeah, to get on time at least.
Yeah.
And it's not even going to be like, wait, what's the main city in China?
Beijing, I think.
Beijing?
Yeah.
It's not going to be Beijing. It's
No,
going
it's
to be
gonna-
the opposite corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I knew China. I don't.
While we're at it,
Go.
guess who wants to come back to the NHL?
no,
Ilya
shut up.
Kovalchuk.
Uncle Covey.
Shut
Ilya
up, Uncle
Kovalchuk.
Kobe.
Yep.
Where's he going, guys? We each got to pick only one team.
Apparently, before I say this, the way it works, if he wants to come back, he has to sign with New Jersey. If he doesn't want to play for New Jersey, every team has to approve of him coming
Unanimous, all 30
Yes.
GMs or owners or
back.
GMs.
Which
Well,
New
let's-
Jersey probably won't go for. So he can sign with New Jersey and then they can trade him.
Okay,
Or he can sign New Jersey.
Let's
now
have.
who's going to be
I'm
the
just gonna
left
say it.
wing and
I'm just
Devils?
gonna say it.
Taylor Hall or Kovalchuk? Come on, guys.
He's getting nervous. He saw Patrick Laine. He's like, this kid's going to break my franchise records. He's coming back to Winnipeg.
Okay, quick. Okay, let's have some fun
He's
with
bringing
this.
it full circle.
Yes.
So Dan's pick is Kovalchuk, or Winnipeg.
I have
Who's your
to.
pick?
He's my
Honestly,
favorite
top
player,
of my head,
favorite team.
Top
Do
of
it.
my head, seriously, Islanders. I don't know why. I have no reasoning. They just popped in my head. No reasoning.
Detroit Red Wings.
Ooh.
Of course, Detroit. Because he's Russian and because he's old.
Guys, he will go to
He
Florida.
just played
we
with
know
Pavel
this.
Datsuk. Datsuk's like, you want to play there. It's
I
good
still
play,
have condo.
good place to play.
Condo. $1 a month rent. $1. Free pizzas, too.
New arena. New arena. You can play there for free. You eat for free.
Asian? What the hell is that? We suck at accents.
Hey,
We're bad.
Russian is Asian. They're in Asia.
Yeah, I didn't know they're like, oh yeah, you want them coming. He's like, what?
Do we have
Now
to-
he's Mexican? What's happening?
Disclaimer. I'm staying out of this one.
Yeah, yeah.
Nope, done.
All the views represented by Cameron and Gray.
Yeah, no, I'm going to take my chips and go home.
You are home.
I'm already home.
You're leaving.
Get out.
This is the
Get
last.
out.
The last time.
leave.
Okay. Do I have anything else I want to bring up? No. I think I'm okay.
Kings promote John Stevens to head coach.
Yeah.
Who's John Stevens? I don't know. That's
He
a question.
coached New
So-
Jersey
Yeah.
when they went to the final.
Okay.
Maybe.
Are we ready?
No, that was Pete DeBoer.
Are we ready for last year's bold or this year's bold predictions?
Let's
Okay.
is-
bring it.
Past
This
Cam, Greg,
is
and Dan.
yeah. This is for the playoffs. Okay. In the Eastern Conference Final, Cameron had Pittsburgh versus Tampa Bay. Not far off.
You might get half of that.
Dan, a little bolder, went Washington versus Florida. Greg went Washington versus Montreal.
Okay.
Western Conference. Cameron.
One of us is going to be right on that.
Yeah.
Half
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, we're all half right. We all have a.
None of us are gonna get
Actually,
that.
hold on. Greg's not half right. All right.
Yeah,
In the
no.
West. No. I'm
Oh.
looking at the West. Now in the West, Cameron took Nashville versus San Jose in the Western Conference
Half
Final.
right. Good.
Dan took LA versus Nashville.
Okay. Not bad.
Greg took Minnesota versus San Jose.
That's what I wanted, guys.
Stanley Cup Final. Cam took Pittsburgh versus San Jose, so I'm still in it.
Yep.
Dan's still in it with Washington versus LA. Little bold, but I get it. Greg took
And me-
Washington versus San Jose. So we all
alive.
have a guy. Actually,
team.
one of us.
Who do we pick to win the cup?
One of us is getting tossed, or two, or one of us is going to get tossed because Pittsburgh, Washington.
Who do we guys win the cup?
We didn't pick cups.
Okay.
We just did bold.
Okay.
Okay, Cam. Okay, this is now for the Calder. The Calder.
Calder.
Cam. I took Provorov.
Okay. Shocker.
Of course you did.
Dan took Patrick Laine. Greg took
Finalist.
Greg took Mitch Marner.
Who looked great
Yeah.
for a long
No one
stretch.
picked Matthews?
No, because
What
we
the
were
hell's the
going
matter
bold.
with us?
We're
We
going bold.
Oh.
Because
But
Matthews was
fun.
I didn't go. Well, I guess
Oh, there's a few bold in here, guys.
Laine's bold.
Let us get
Media.
there. Let us
All
get
right.
there because
All right.
I forgot about Dan's bold one. Or well, one of them. Okay, Art Ross. Cam took Ryan Johansson.
Oh.
So that's cool. Cool. Dan took Connor McDavid,
That's
and then
Yep,
Greg
nailed
took
it.
Kuznetsov.
Nailed it.
So not
not
far
far
off.
off.
Maurice Richard for goals. I went bold and I got real close. Brad Marchand.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That was
Okay.
good.
Dan took Stamkos. Greg took Ovi.
No.
And then for the heart, I took Pavelski. Dan took Holtby. Greg took Ovi.
Are any of those guys
I really
nominated?
like Ovechkin, guys.
Hart hasn't been nominated.
And can I just say, when Kadri hit Ovi, my heart stopped because I'm like, no! Can't take him out of the series!
Okay, but then he was on the ground. We knew he was hurt, but then he went back to the room. They're like,
I'm
"Oh, what'd you do in the room?" He's like, "Oh, I drank Coke, watched TV, and went back to the game." And I'm like, "What?"
You can do that?
Yeah.
Wait. That's an option?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So
don't tell Bufflin that. He probably already knows.
The quick thing about that hit was it should have been called clipping, and Kadri should have had 5 in a game.
Yeah.
But instead it's called tripping.
But the main
Considering
point of contact was the hip, but he led with the knee.
He
That's
let also
it
kind of
almost
adjusted.
looked like his shoulder
Yeah.
went to the knee.
He also adjusted, but it's
Yeah.
because the hit was too low. That's why.
That's why you call
That's
it. Okay.
why it's clipping,
Okay, so now we got the Lady Bing.
in my opinion.
Cam took Jonathan Drouin. Dan took Ryan O'Reilly. Greg took Thomas Hurdle. Kind of weird.
That's odd.
For the,
I have a huge San Jose
Okay.
Washington boner, apparently.
This is why I'm jealous, because this is why I wish I would have put the Flyers flag away a bit. For Norris, I took Ghost Bear.
Oh, yeah.
Dan took Brent Burns, so Dan's
Oh, yeah.
probably getting this one right,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Hey.
And Greg took PK, so not bad.
Yeah.
The
Would've been better.
Vesna, I took Mason.
What's the matter with you?
Dan took Holtby, and Greg took Martin Jones. So Dan's doing decent.
Clearly, all I pick is San
Hold
Jose
on.
and Washington.
Dan looks
He
great
makes
right
no-
now. Just wait. There's only one that Dan. I'm going to say it last to Sewer Dan. Okay. The Selkie, I took Sean Couturier. Dan took Kopitar. And Greg took Bergeron. So Greg got nominated. Bergeron got nominated.
Because it's the safe bet.
Yeah. Okay, and this is my favorite one. Okay, Jack Adams.
Oh, God.
Karen took Peter Laviolette. Greg took John Cooper, and Dan took Gerard Gallant. They're called bold predictions, folks, and that's what we're looking for. He got fired. It's not even implied. Yeah. When I read
Who
this,
thought he'd get fired at month in? They made him take a cab to the airport.
they wouldn't even pay for his Uber.
I thought it was going to be like John Hitchcock or something.
All right.
By
so,
the way, Hitchcock signed with Dallas, if you guys didn't know.
Oh,
that
yeah.
last
Yeah,
week.
we did. Okay. So Cam's bold prediction from the East. Matthews, Nylander, and Marners would have 50 points.
And
each.
they all had 60.
They
all like
succeeded.
60?
Yeah. So you're wrong. You didn't get it right.
Yeah, you're right. Dan's, or you know what? I'll take Greg again because Dan's is a good one. Greg, Leafs make first round. So
Nailed it.
Dan, I don't know if you had your mind on Florida, but Florida wins the East.
It was bold.
Must have been a really sunny day that day here. Like, there's no, I don't get
You know
it.
what? Florida's joining
I
St.
want-
Louis.
I want to go
never,
back.
Never again.
never again.
I want to go back next year.
Never
I
again.
want to go back this year to the bold predictions and just listen to the segment and just laugh.
Yeah, just
how
like because
stupid,
we're wrong with confidence. We're like, oh, this is me for sure. I know. I was like, Couturier, it's time. He gets nominated for the Selkie.
At least I didn't,
All right,
At least I
so
didn't put Nazem Kadri.
so bold in the West. I'll go Dan first. Patrick Laine, 30 goals. He had 37.
Pretty good.
Greg Yotes in the playoffs. Terrible. Cam, I don't even remember saying this. Pecorine gets a goal in the West. What? Come on.
He did outscore the Blackhawks in the
Kidding
playoffs.
me?
Oh,
All right, and then you and Dan both made just overall bold predictions. I didn't because I didn't have space on the paper.
Oh,
so
okay.
if I did, I didn't write it down. Okay, overall, Dan said Weber scores more points than PK, which he did.
happened.
And then you said Enroth has more wins than Bernier. I don't know if that happened or not.
No, it did not.
But
and
my-
Roth got traded.
But by far my favorite
Greg
bold
was on a
was
Bernier
Gerard
hate.
Gallant,
Yeah.
Jack Adams. Like, oh my God. I forgot that he even wrote it. That's where it was fun going back and looking. I'm like, whoa! Yeah, so
So
that was our bold prediction.
awesome. So
Yep.
before we close out episode 142,
Yep.
we received a fan picture from a guy that
No,
listens-
it is Luke. It's
It's a guy.
Please explain the story.
No,
to
no,
me.
no, no. Before we explain the story.
Well, we have to have a laptop. It's
No,
a huge email.
So here we go.
Okay.
So we'll read the email next week because this show's running a little
Well,
long.
we'll
Sorry,
skip,
sorry,
we'll,
Luke.
we'll skip, yeah,
Just
we'll
tell
read
me
a
now.
while.
I wanna know.
Sorry, Luke.
No.
This is what happened. Cam found a guy on the street,
Yeah. Yeah.
asked him what his email was, and he
Yeah.
tried to give him Luke's email that he made up.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the guy locked out the email, so I had to use a different email, and then sent the picture. And he's like, "Really, I have to do this?" He's like, "Here's $10." That's what happened. That's the story.
You know how you find like people
It's
take
on Craigslist.
You know how people take pictures off the internet of someone holding up a sign, but then they white the sign out and they can
Oh,
Photoshop
yeah.
a print on it?
Yeah.
That's what he did.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
No,
I do
thank
appreciate
you.
the email. It's awesome.
Thank you, Luke.
It is Luke. He said the reason his email came in as Brian, and it's literally in like the first line. He said it was Brian Shima because like when he first got email way back in the day, Brian Shima was like some famous like extreme rollerblader guy.
Okay,
How
And
old
no
is Luke?
shit that
How
Brian-
old is Luke?
like
how old are you?
Roughly our age, but like yeah, let us know. I mean, he does reply to our like my emails when I've responded to
I
him.
bet.
Yeah. You know what's the best though? Luke even made a comment on like he made many comments, which we'll get to next week or next
this
week
one's just
it'll be
running
a lull, so we'll have it. But he made a comment, and then someone's like Canucks fan forever, Canucks ride or die or something, and they literally went, yeah, okay, Cam. Like that's basically the comment.
I love the fans of this
Okay.
podcast. It's great.
They're the
Then
best.
Oh,
we
you
should
guys
get-
are awesome.
Luke should comment on the post and give us his picks for second round.
Oh, he
it.
did do all of his picks for the first round too.
Oh.
But last week, because Greg wasn't here, Greg's really good at keeping us on track. I suck really bad. Every time I'm in charge, if you see the podcast goes over like hour 7, it's Greg's not here. That's what happens.
Well, or it's a Cam and Greg special.
Yeah,
where
Cam and Greg's-
Cam picks Marc-Andre Fleury to play center on his All-Star team.
It's gonna happen one of these days. It's gotta happen. Yeah.
That's how it
In
is.
goalie equipment?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's I'm not going to wear player equipment. He's a
All right.
goalie. That's silly. No, hold on. He'll wear player equipment, but he has to wear his helmet and goalie skates, so he can't do crossovers real quick. All right, Greg. Do we have any last words for the room?
Last time?
Wait, we're doing the podcast next week, right?
Yeah.
You unpack that room first.
Should we be playing Green Day Time of Your Life right now?
No, because I don't have the money to pay that.
Copyright.
Yeah.
No, I'll find some-
copyright.
I'll find somebody who,
copyright.
I'll find somebody who covered it, and then we'll just be like,
Oh,
show
yeah,
out his
this is
YouTube
great
channel.
for
The
you.
first
How about
cover
we
you
just-
find.
This is exciting.
I-
There's a new beginning.
I hope it's the Green Day Goes Metal version that I saw someone do.
Oh, my favorite cover was Adele with A Day to Remember. Rolling in the Deep meets, what's the song?
Oh, yeah.
What's the name of it?
I haven't seen
This
it.
guy's got 6.7 million views. I don't know. That's a lot
No,
of
we
views.
don't need it.
Okay.
We don't need it. Thank you.
We've
man.
had the time of our lives in here. This has been a fantastic few years here. Obviously, we're almost approaching 3 years of doing this.
Yeah, literally.
So, I know, like, I feel like Dan's mom got the time wrong. Because she said a year, and I guess it's felt like less time than it really was. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, I guess
It's
so.
good that she doesn't know it's been 3 years because she would have kicked you out a long time ago.
Yeah, exactly. But I love how she sewered it in 30 seconds. She cleaned the laundry in 30
She
seconds.
probably wrote that like 2 years ago. She was just waiting.
She's just
Dan's
stupid. And every
eventually
time
gonna
she's
move
like
up.
watching her shows or something, and you just hear me and Greg, he's the captain! The captain! It's like, oh my god.
Are you gonna paint the new studio Jets colors? Nice Jets.
We
logo.
can.
know.
We're
We could.
moving in. We have
could.
a room for.
You know what I have to say?
Where are
The
bunkers,
last
though?
thing I have to do on the podcast here.
Yeah.
You know what happens when you come in and you make fun of the last minute podcast?
Insert click sound.
You know what, Mom?
Who's saying it?
Do it.
Damn it! We suck. You just made the list.
There we go. I wasn't gonna say it. Mom.
Mom.
Yes.
All right. What did you find us, Greg?
Last Minute Podcast on YouTube. Last Minute PC on Twitter. lastminutepc@gmail.com. You can find us anywhere you get your podcast, whether that be Google Play or iTunes. Last Minute Podcast there. We appreciate every and all comment on either YouTube, Facebook, or not Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or email.
Yep. There you go.
142 of these, and I still can't get the outro right.
Nope. That's
Guys,
okay.
let's eat chips.
Let's do it. All right. Adios, studio.